You cannot hack evolution. This is why your business is broken. Most businesses, most departments, most people do not fail because of bad strategies. They fail because of core survival instincts, fear, and incompetence. Now, I have been experiencing this heavier in the past 18 months when I have conversations with companies that are 7, 8, 9-figure revenue levels, and it is getting worse. One of the reasons that it's getting worse is we have people, employees, C-levels that are going to or that are attempting to function in an era with AI, and they're trying to keep up with this technology, but they are not able to. And it shows. And it almost feels like, as humanity, we're clinging on to humans. We're clinging on to human interaction, but we're slowly realizing that AI, automation, and AI models can actually do it better. They can do it faster, and they can do it more accurately. I mean, is it a coincidence that Amazon decided to lay off 30,000 people and replace them with AI and automation? I realize this, I watch this every single week. Remember, I'm a consultant and I consult about maybe 60 plus businesses on a monthly basis. And when I speak to people, I sense fear now that I have never sensed before. And the fear is, we understand this is important. We know it's moving very fast. We want to address this concern, but we don't know what to do and how to do it. The reaction of the average founder, CEO, owner is to assign it to the CMO or the CFO or to the director of marketing and say, go figure this out. But people are not able to. It is moving so fast, and I know this because I'm in this industry. I know this because I have 4 AI engineers on staff, and we are struggling, and we are consultants, and we are right at the front of this entire technology. And I'll tell you this much. I have AI companies, AI web applications, AI apps coming to us, and they don't know how to market their solution. They create AI technologies, but they have no idea how to use AI in marketing, in visibility, in ads, in PR. How is that even possible? I'll tell you how that's possible. First of all, the technology is moving at an incredible velocity, and everybody is having difficulty catching up. And it's a huge race right now, and I don't even know what the end goal is. The end goal is to get so efficient and make millions and billions and trillions of dollars. There is no end to this level of efficiency and optimization, and a lot of people don't understand that. So you are running after something where there is no end goal, there's no promised land, there is no heaven. Instead of doing another technology piece on AI, I actually want to touch the core human emotions, the core human fundamentals that actually will destroy entities, organizations, ideas, governments in the next 5 to 10 years. And there is something that I always say, which is you are not going to change millions of years of evolution with 100 years of civilization. In the age of AI, I believe that human behaviors are going to destroy companies. If your team has too much ego, if your team has too much indecision, if your team is slow because of the culture of your organization, these are the things that are going to destroy your company. If you ask me why, you have this entity now that can move independently, that is not bound by human behavior or human emotion, and is just going to go after one task or series of tasks that you ask, and it is going to do it with the minimal margin of error. I don't know if everybody understands this. We are going from an era where we had machines and those machines would do really, really cool things, to an era where we're going to have humans do some really, really complicated things, and those humans will be supervised by AI. What does this mean for any entity, any organization, any nonprofit, any government agency, any government at a high level? What does this really mean? It means that a huge wave of insecurity is coming amongst us humans. This is one of the reasons that majority of managers, C-levels, professionals, they don't like AI. They don't want AI. And this is one of the reasons. So you are coming to an era, you're arriving at an era where humans and AI are going to be in conflict. Go to your organization today and try to implement an AI system and say, AI is going to automate all the communication within our organization, and see what happens. What percentage of your organization do you think is going to accept this change and not create hell? Now, then think about another organization that just has better culture, faster people, people who understand AI, people who adapt faster, and the management or the C-level or the owner goes and says, hey, this is the AI system we're implementing right now, and there is less resistance. So, from a psychology standpoint, if your organization is not adapting to this, and if you are not making it your core mission, you are doomed, because your people are going to reject change. I'll ask you a question to clarify. What's the difference between somebody who has a title in your organization and somebody who deserves it? How do you differentiate the two? You might say, hey, somebody has seniority, they've been here for 10, 15 years, they have experience, they have wisdom. Well, let's not talk about this. Their wisdom, their experience can be absorbed by an AI model within 5 minutes, right? And if you tell me, well, there are things that AI cannot do that this person can do, I'm gonna call it bullshit. Yes, from an analysis standpoint, that person can do it, but from an execution standpoint, AI will always do it better. So, if you have thousands of employees, what's going to happen is you're going to have these individuals with the title, right? And especially if they haven't really adapted to AI models, if they're not really using AI on a daily basis, if they don't know basic prompting, if they don't know basic integrations, basic workflows, basic automation in AI, what is going to happen? You think they're just going to happily accept AI and AI models and understand it and not feel threatened? And that's one of the reasons we say AI is not going to replace humans. AI is going to replace humans that do not work and cooperate with AI. And who are the humans that cooperate with AI right now? The younger generation. Young people are adapting because they adapt to technology much faster. So what happens to all these individuals who are in their 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, who are in the workspace and they don't use AI as effectively? And that is precisely, probably, the issue that Amazon is going through, and that's why they have made this decision. So here's a dilemma from a corporation standpoint. Are you going to protect your employees today, your team, and their livelihood, or are you going to prepare your organization for tomorrow's survivability? You have to pick one. In the age of AI, with this level of velocity, you cannot choose both. You have to pick one. And I believe, it's my prediction, that Amazon is picking the latter. And we are not even at the robotics age yet. AI is here, but robotics is slowly coming, and it's going to be here in the next 2 to 5 years. Everybody knows what GDP is, right? Gross domestic product. Do you know how gross domestic product is calculated? It's calculated by labor, time, and economic output. So, right now, I have 100 employees, and the 100 employees have 40 hours a week to work, 160 hours a month to work, and that's the limitation of my capabilities in terms of output, right? Now with AI, with marketing, for example, I used to have copywriters. I only have one editor now. I've literally fired 5 copywriters in the past 5 years. And I only have one editor. AI writes the copy, AI humanizes the copy, AI optimizes the copy, and an editor reviews everything and makes sure everything is right. So I've gotten rid of all those people. Now I know what most of you are saying. You're saying, well, you know, people need to build bridges, and we still need to have plumbers, and we still need to have gardeners. Well, what is going to happen when robotics comes? And these days are close, and I'm preparing for it. I don't even have one robot right now, but I am literally planning strategies and businesses right now where I could go lease 100 robots and create businesses to have those robots do things that humans do right now. So what happens when you can go buy a machine for $10,000 that can work almost 24/7? What happens to GDP? What happens to economic output? Production becomes infinite, only limited by energy and data, not people. And this is one of the reasons why we are at the beginning of an era that is going to change everything. And the only thing that you can do as a professional is to leverage the technology, leverage AI, learn how to use it, be dangerous at it, so that you can continue the evolution in the way that it makes sense. You are not going to outsmart this technology. You are not going to surpass this technology. Your wisdom, your expertise is easily duplicated, and any limitation that exists right now, if you just look at the velocity of what happened in the past 3 years, any limitation there is, it's going to be addressed in years, if not in months. So then, as a founder myself, I find myself thinking, where is the differentiation? How can I empower my people? How can I continue to operate, to survive, to thrive, to be competitive in my industry, in the cool areas that I do work on, without jeopardizing my team and the future of my organization? And the only answer is find people who care, find people who are excited and passionate about what they do, find people who understand AI at a deeper level and who are not afraid to use this technology and leverage this technology, and continuously give tools to your people to grow. Ladies and gentlemen, you cannot cruise anymore. And that's why I go back to the fundamental human behavior, right? The fundamental human behavior of last 30, 40 years is comfort. We're all too goddamn comfortable. You are comfortable sitting at your comfortable chair, at your comfortable office, with your comfortable seat title. Let me tell you something. These violent delights have violent ends. And it's coming. And I don't mean to scare people, but if you look at everything that's happening in AI video, AI images, in AI writing, in robotics, in the way that we do surveillance. Look at China, what they're doing on. Go to Google News and read some news about China. Put technology China and look at the newest stuff that comes up. Watch the videos on YouTube. And if you don't see it, you are the problem, because you don't see how this technology is moving. Well, we all see it, and we're warning you. We're saying, prepare for this. Prepare for this with your people. Spend the money, spend the resources, spend anything that you can find, because if you do not, you might not be in business in the next 5 years. And this is very, very real. This is the most exciting era of humanity. And the only weapon we have against AI is to move fast in collaborating with AI so that we also push the levels of our intelligence to the maximum, not only from an intellectual standpoint, but also from an emotion standpoint. And this is why I wanted to specifically do this video. You have to go back to fundamentals of growth. You have to go back to fundamentals of learning, and we have to go back to fundamentals of teaching, because all of that is changing and it is going to continue to change.